Welcome back to Magnus Answers with the advice God is going to give you ladies tips on how to find your perfect man. Woo! Yeah, baby. Tyrone Magnus is back. And this is a very special Magnus Answers because I'm doing this Magnus Answers for a friend of mine. Let me read her Facebook post that prompted me to make this. She ain't even asked, but I'm giving it because I know a lot of women struggle with trying to find a good man and find exactly what they want. So let me read the post first. Any good men out there over 25 that don't cheat or lie, that have a good heart, with a sense of humor, with a career, their own car, that take care of their hygiene, and possibly no kids. Is that too much to ask for? Apparently it is, ... That's what she said. Well, listen, mama, I got all 8 of these qualities. And I say that humbly, and I also say it to say that, you see, where there's one, there's more, okay? Where there is one, there is more, okay? Anything that you need in life, you can actually get it, but you gotta know how to get it. So, coming from a man with experience in life, I'm gonna tell you everything I know about attracting your perfect man. So listen up, ladies, get out your notepads, and the men listen up too, because you can use the same principalities, Smokey, to get your perfect woman, okay? All right, now let's get this in. So first things first, what you have to realize is that a good man is actually a goal. A good man that you want to get is a goal. So just like anything else in life, don't you think that you should handle it like any other goal that you want to achieve? And what I mean by that is, you're going to want to look at what successful people do to achieve their goals. Okay? So let's talk about goal setting. You know the attributes that you want in your man, correct? Write them down. But see, in this video, we're going to talk about training the subconscious, influencing the subconscious, because your subconscious is the most powerful part of your mind. Your subconscious is the one that's going to bring to life the man that you need. He's going to help you. Your subconscious is going to help you find the man that you want. So one thing that is most important that I'm going to take from goal setters out there, from people that are most successful in their lives, is that they write down their goal. That is the absolute most important thing, because I'm not sure what the percentage is, but the amount of goals that are achieved when they're written down are vastly attained, as opposed to those that they just say, I don't want to lose weight. Okay, well, those people never really lose weight. It's the people that write down, I want to lose 50 pounds by June. They're the ones that do it. It writes it in the subconscious. The subconscious makes a plan to do it. Whether you believe it or not, it works. It's scientific, okay? So you need to write down in a positive way the attributes you want in a man. So you're going to say, I want a man that is over 25 who is honest. Okay? Now, I changed what you said about don't cheat or lie because the subconscious pays attention to negativity. And when you're negative, it brings you only more negative. So when you're like, are there any good men out there? You're focusing on negative. So what you want to do is you want to think about positive. When you focus on positive, have you ever wanted a job before and you could just see yourself working at this job, and you thought about the money you were going to make, the people you were going to meet, the experiences you were going to have, and when you got it, it was just like what you thought it was going to be. It was like, this is what I always wanted to do. People don't go out looking for a dream job being like, man, I hope it doesn't have this, I hope it doesn't have that, I hope it doesn't have this, I hope it doesn't have that. They don't do that. They're already visualizing the positive, which is very important. Writing the goal and visualizing attaining the goal. It's big time in basketball. Visualize the ball going in the hoop, okay? Visualize yourself in baseball, knocking the ball out the park. It's very important. So you're going to write down, I want a man who's over 25, that is honest, that has a great heart, that has a sense of humor, that has a career, that has his own car, that takes care of his hygiene, and who is child-free. Okay? That's what you're going to write down. So then you write it in the subconscious, okay? Focus on attaining that. But I'm going to go into a few other avenues with it, because it's not always that simple. Because I'm sure you've all heard that if you believe it, you can achieve it. And that's the truth. If you don't believe that there are any good men out there, there won't be. Every single one that you run into in your life will be a piece of shit. He'll come in like Prince Charming. You'll think that, oh, this could be the one. But then that other shoe's gonna motherfucking drop. Because subconsciously, you still don't think there's no good men out there. The girls that write in their dating profiles, are there any good men out there? Please prove me wrong, because I think everybody's a cheater and this and that. They've got the wrong mindset. When you are achieving a goal, you need to be positive and believe you can achieve it. If you don't believe it, it's not gonna happen. If you are a depressed woman in a depressed state, it is not going to happen. That's the reason why they say that you need to learn to be happy alone before you can be happy with somebody else. Because when you are depressed and you constantly want someone, you are going to attract someone, all right. But you're going to attract someone that's going to keep cementing that visual that you have of what men are, okay? That idea of what you have that what men are, okay? So, woo! Next, are you everything that you want to attract in a mate? For example, your mate is a reflection of yourself. Now, as hard as it may be to come to terms with that, they are. They're either a reflection of who you are inside or outside, or both. Little of both, okay? Some women, I notice, I'll give one particular example. I'm friends with a woman, who is constantly trying to attract a rich man. Constantly. Always. She's actually done a good job in attracting a few millionaires and getting a few millionaires to go out with her. But she's not as complete of a person as they are. Sure, she's beautiful. She can cook and clean. And from what I hear, she's very good. You know where. But my thing is, what else do you have to offer this man after looking good, cooking, clean, and sex? Not much. Because she's not the sharpest tool in the tool shed. Okay? And there's a few other things that she's lacking. Financially, she's lacking because she's looking for someone to take care of her. She's not very driven. She's typically kind of lazy from, me talking to her. So she keeps attracting men that seem to be about to work out because she gets the money part, but she doesn't get the other part. She doesn't get that she's not a complete person herself. She's not well-rounded herself. So she attracts these guys with money that are assholes or something else that they're lacking. See, now she's actually attracting a reflection of herself. But the problem is, she's attracting her weaknesses. Okay? She is attracting her weaknesses, which definitely come out. She's not attracting her strengths. Her strengths aren't finances and being driven and all these other things she's looking for in a man that's a provider. So she ends up getting these men who she's blowing their socks off in the bed. She's cooking for them. She's a great arm piece when they go out. You know what I'm saying? But There's that other lacking part. So you need to be what you want to attract. Keep that in mind, okay? When you see a couple that has it all, guess what? They had it all before they met. Or they had the absolute potential to achieve it all before they met. And speaking of potential, let's talk about fixer-uppers. A lot of times we get into a relationship where we're like, oh, this person has massive potential. I can see the potential in them. But as is, you are looking at a man that is not what you really want. But you had a couple of conversations with him and you think, see, it's your perception. It's perceived potential that you have in this man. And guess what? You get with him and it don't turn out, does it? He never reaches his potential. I am personally a victim of perceived potential. I have dated women who I thought would be on my level in certain ways. Some of them made strides and then totally plummeted because they could not, and this isn't, I'm not saying this arrogantly, they couldn't keep up with who I was, with what I was looking for. And that's when you get things like, you're trying to change me. No, we're not trying to change you. It's just that we saw the potential in you. You know, women will talk about getting a man and cleaning them up and this and that and this and that. And then all of a sudden you're hearing, why you keep trying to change me? He never had high standards in the first place. You have to make sure that you do not drop your standards just to get a man who you think has potential. Remember, men, it's the same thing for us, okay? There was a girl that I thought had massive potential who I'm no longer with. There's a couple. And they literally, because I thought they both had potential, they never lived up to the potential that I expected, to my expectations. Today, one of these women is always single. Always single. She cannot find, and everything she finds is a reflection of herself, because she is definitely a fucking chicken head at heart, and she finds nothing but gutter butt dumb niggas to mess with every single time. I got another one who actually ended up attracting someone who is a pure reflection of herself from what I've seen and heard. Okay, secondhand information, which actually makes sense. What happens is a lot of times we become complacent and we start to want to bring someone into existence in our relationship that masks our insecurities. You have to be secure. You have to be sure that you are not a very insecure woman. And we all have our insecurities, but you have to make sure that you are not ruled by your insecurities. That's the problem. A lot of women are ruled by their insecurities. You want a man who is not going to reflect those insecurities, help mask them. You want a man that is already insecure, that is already secure with himself, and that manages his insecurity, okay? Because we all have them, but you don't want a man that's ruled by his insecurities. Like, for example, some women don't like a man who they feel is better looking than them, because they feel they have to keep up with him physically. They feel that he's going to leave them for a better looking woman, yada, yada, yada. Some women don't want a man that's smarter than them because they want to run the relationship, they want to control his mind, whatever it is. I'm just giving quick examples here, okay? So that's why I talk about being everything you want to be. Because if you want a man that has all these things, this type of a man here that you have written here is a confident, secure man that is moving forward. And you have to think to yourself, am I confident and secure and moving forward in my life? Because if I'm not, if I'm not a positive woman, if I'm constantly depressed, sad, where are all the good men at? If I'm not happy financially, if I'm not happy physically with myself, that's the same thing that you're going to attract. And they are going to help express those insecurities, okay? And some people, what they'll do is while they're ruled by their insecurities, they bury them. And that's the reason why you see a lot of times, why the fuck is she with him? How the fuck did she pull him? Because their insecurities attract themselves, okay? So a person will actually say, once they find this person, I am so happy. This is everything that I was looking for. Hey, he may not have this and that, but women will give this up just so that we can get that. That is some of the stupidest stuff that people can say, because you know what it is, plain and simple, it's settling. It is settling for less than best, for the second fiddle, for what you can definitely, for something that you know that you can definitely get because your insecurities are out the way. A lot of guys, I've met men that'll say, I don't date pretty women. Well, why? Because they're cheaters, they're liars, they're high maintenance, they're all these other things they think of that they are to keep themselves. No, what it is he's insecure. Either he's bothered by the fact that she looks better than him. He's bothered because he doesn't think that he's good enough to keep her. He thinks that she's going to leave him for a better looking man or a rich man or all these other things. And the fact of the matter is, it's absolutely not true. It's just true in his mind. And because our subconscious creates our reality, guess what ends up happening? She does end up leaving you for a rich man. But guess what? It's not because he was rich. It's because he was more confident than you, more of a complete specimen of a man than you. So you have definitely got to remember to stay positive, to make that list, to believe that there are good men out there. And in that process, become the best version of yourself that you can. If you do not feel that you're the best shape you can be, if you don't feel that you are financially successful as you want to be, as smart as you should be mentally, all these things that you're insecure in, start working on building them so that you can be totally confident in yourself. Because confidence is key. Men hate to be with an unconfident woman, just like women hate to be with an unconfident man. There are plenty of very good-looking, successful men out there that cannot attract a woman because guess what? They are insecure in the dating field. They don't believe that they can get a good woman, so they never do. And women can see confidence on a man's face from a mile away, just like we can see it on a woman's face a mile away. We see a girl walk in and she's, something all hunched over when you walk, and but then there's the women that are walking. They've got their heels on. They've got their chin up. They got that arch in their back, and you know that woman is everything her look says she is. Okay, so those are all the tips that I have for you, Lacey. Okay, the man that you need is definitely out there. Trust me when I tell you. I know from experience that you can get any man that you want as long as you are a reflection of it inside and out and positive and believe it. Start out writing down that goal. 1 million subscribers. Woo!